To make my collar, I'll be using this paper and I'll first be drafting the collar stand. So I'm folding this paper into two like so, and then I'll go ahead and measure around my neckline. So I'm going to measure from the front, from one side of the front neckline to the other side of the front neckline, also measuring the back in the process. So I'll just go ahead and use my ruler, sorry, my tape to measure all around. After I am done, I got 21.5. So I'm gonna find the midpoint of 21.5. That is 21.5 divided by 2, and this is what I have, almost 10 inches. And I'm going to mark exactly what I got on this paper. Remember, this paper is folded into two, so your fabric or whatever you're cutting it on should be folded into two as well. So I'm going to mark what I got when I divided 21.5 by 2. So I'll use my marker here and just mark it. So after that, I will go up from that almost 11 inches that I marked. I'll go up by half an inch, like so. And then I will go further to divide this. Now I'm having almost 11 inches here, 10 point something, but then I'm going to divide it by 2 again. So I'm dividing it again, and this is what I got here. So I'm going to be marking it on here like so. And now I'm going to use my curve ruler to connect the half inch that we came up by to these new points that I just marked now. Just watch closely and you will see what I'm going to do. Now we have a new line here. Now the next thing I'm going to do, because I want the length of my collar stand to be 1 inch, so I'm going to mark 1 inch all the way to the length of this collar stand. So I'm marking 1 inch, and when I get to the curved part, I'm going to mark 1 inch starting from the new line. I'm not going to take it all the way down. I'm going to take my 1 inch from the new curved line that I drew. And then I'm going to connect the points together. And that is basically it for the collar stand. So I'll just label it collar stand, and then I'll take my scissors and cut it out. Please, if at this point you're not yet subscribed to my channel, please do that now. It's totally free. Also give this video a thumbs up. Okay, thank you. So here is the collar stand after I was done cutting it and opened it up. So by the side here, I'm just gonna make a little curve. I'm just gonna create a little curve. So I just came in by half an inch, and I just make a curve like this. That's all, and then I'll cut it out. Trust me, if you watch this video very well, you are definitely going to be able to make your own collar. Now to make the to cut the main collar, I'm going to, on that same paper, I'll just draw a straight line, which is where we're going to be taking our measurements. After drawing a straight line, I'll just mark 2.5 inches. Remember, it's the same length we marked for the collar stand. That's the same length I also have here for my collar. So I'll just mark it with a marker. And then at the top here, I'll also take the length as well. Now it's not my own measurement you're going to be using. You're going to measure the neckline of the shirt you are making to determine the measurements you're going to be using. Okay, so don't bother about my own measurements. You should be using your own measurements. Now I'm just drawing straight lines to connect the whole points. Now after I was done doing that, I'm just gonna come on down here. I'm gonna go in by 1 inch, and then I'm just going to use a straight line to connect it to the top like this, so the line is slanted. And here also at the closed part, I'm going to go up by 1/2 inch, and then I'll use my curve rule to just curve it in a little bit, and I'll go ahead and cut. So this is our collar. This is the main collar here. And then opened up, this is what the collar is looking like, and this here is the collar stand. Now this is the stay I'm going to be using. If you have a gum stay, you should use that, but I don't have, so I'm using this one that I have. So I'm going to be placing my collar folded into two, and then I'll also place my collar stand as well, and then I'll just cut them out. And after I was done doing that, this is what I have. So I'll open up the stay. This is just to make the collars to stand well, or to make it stronger. You know how shirt collars are. Yeah, so this is it. So I went ahead to and placed my stay on my fabric, and I added 1/2 inch all round, and then I cut out another piece. This is going to be for the lining. Also did the same thing for the stand, cut it out, added 1/2 inch all around, and also cut out the same size for lining. Now I'm going to turn this over like this, and then I'm going to take the lining and I'm going to place it on the on like this, right side touching right side. I'll go ahead and sew like this, and now I am done doing that. So I will just open up my collar. Please make sure that that part that is supposed to be pointed, you know, bring it out properly. Don't mind what I did here. So after you are done turning it over, you just have to go to your sewing machine and just stop stitch at the top like this. But if you want, you can just use Jossel's pressing iron to press it down properly. So I was done top stitching, and now the collar is looking all flat and nice. And now for the collar stand, I placed it facing down, as you can see, and then I'm going to find the midpoint of my collar. I folded it into two to find the midpoint, and then I'll just notch the midpoint. And then for the collar stand, I'll also do the same thing for both the main collar stand and the lining that I cut out. So I'll find the midpoint. Remember, I'm cutting the midpoint on the part that is curved. Okay, yeah, so I faced the part that has the stay on it. I faced it down, and I'm going to place the collar above it, notched part touching notch part. That is notch part of my collar stand touching the notch part of my collar. And then I'm also going to place the lining on top as well, so all the points where they are going to be touching will be notched, and that was why I notched the midpoint, so they are all touching midpoint so that they are all equal. And I'll go ahead and sew along the line. So I this is it. I went ahead to sew on it, and this is the result that we are having right now. I also sewed the sides of the collar. Yeah, I also sewed the sides of the collar stand. And now for to join it to the shirt, I just folded my shirt into two to find the midpoint of my shirt as well. So I notched it, and now I'm going to also notch the midpoint of this collar. So I'm also going to notch the midpoint, and then I'll open it up, and it's time to join the collar to the shirt. So I'm taking the part that has the stay on it, and I'm placing it um to touch the front part of the shirt. That's the right side of the shirt, and I'm going to place it carefully and sew it all along using the ½ inch allowance that we added to it. So I'm just going to use the ½ inch to sew it all along. And now I am done doing that, and this is what we are having. If I turn if I turn it over, this is what we are having. It's already coming out very nice and very neat. Now the next thing is to cover up the rough edge. So I'm going to use the lining part, and I'm going to put in the rough edge and fold over the lining part, and then top stitch it all along. And now I am done doing that, and this is what the collar is looking like. This is what our shirt is looking like. So yeah, that is just it for this video. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, if you learned how to make your own collar, please don't forget to subscribe and also like this video. Don't also forget to turn on your post notifications bell so that you get notified whenever I upload a new video. Okay, thank you, bye.